Hey guys, and welcome to another video on this channel. Thanks for the reception and getting back to me with thoughts on what you want to see from this channel, and it's great to see you all liking my comeback to YouTube. Now, one of the things you did ask for, as well as review videos, is the unboxing videos, and I wasn't ever too sure if this was something you really enjoyed, because that was something I mainly did on the channel, more so than the review videos. But it seems like you like the unboxing videos, so I thought let's crack on and do another one. So I'll keep unboxing stuff that I get through, and yeah, as long as you keep enjoying these unboxing videos, I'll probably keep doing them. At the moment, I'm just loving doing the videos again because I'm really enjoying using this new camera. So that's probably the main reason why you're going to be getting a lot of videos at the moment. And it's also the reason that I've decided to get back into this YouTube channel. And so far, so good. So this big old box here is what we're going to be unboxing. A bit of an unorthodox thing to unbox. It's not a headphone or an earphone or anything. It's actually probably one of my favourite categories of products at the moment, and it's a DAC, a digital to analog converter. And I've been so excited for this one. I woke up really early this morning to make sure that I didn't miss the FedEx delivery courier. And what we have here is something from Mr. Vincent Briand. I hope I said that right, probably didn't. Over in France, and it is the Totaldac D1-Tube-Mk2. So it's a brand new DAC. I don't think anyone's reviewed this just yet. So it's not the entry level DAC model from them. It's the one above, and there's two in that price category. So there's two sort of that sit next to each other in the line. You have the D1 Dual, and you have the D1 Tube. So this one has the tube output, and it's not as powerful as the Dual. The Dual has actually got balanced output. This one only has a single-ended output, although you can use that the XLRs on the back of this as a single-ended output, but I'll explain all that when we get it open and have a look more closely at it. But basically a little bit of history. Totaldac make non-over sampling R2R ladder DACs, that's resistors, loads of resistors in there to do a digital to analog conversion. They don't use a chip, you know, like many other companies do, and it seems like the easy way out actually to use a DAC chip nowadays. And I'm getting great sound with DAC chips, but I actually have one ladder DAC, and it's quite a real nice warm analog sound, although it's a much cheaper model. But apparently, I mean, I've got some great friends and people that I trust in the industry, such as like Zach Murbach from ZMF, say, you know, he's not tried anything of this caliber, but he's been loving the sound of non-over sampling R2R DACs at the moment. So I'm really excited to try a proper high-end model one. And that's enough of me jibber jabbing. Let's get this open. You haven't missed anything exciting. That was just like a game of pass the parcel. So we don't have this much smaller box inside. There's a lot of bubble wrap, and you should hope so with a product such as this. So yeah, now we are actually down to the product itself. So we have sort of three individual items inside that box now, and I think I'll bring you over so we can get a bit closer and really see what's going on inside the box. So before we get to the main item, the actual DAC itself, we're just going to have a look at these two smaller packages here. As far as I'm aware, one will be the remote and the other will be the power supply. So here's the remote. Reminds me of a little Sky remote. Let's bring it in here. So there it is. So there's a Totaldac at the bottom, which is quite nice, and it's quite simple in function. We've got so yeah, I was right. This is the power supply in this little phone box. Okay. So yeah, it's an external dedicated power supply for this, shaped in a similar fashion to the actual DAC itself, in this sort of a slightly pyramid-y style. But yeah, all metal. It's got a little LED at the front, and obviously we've got the input for the kettle plug at the back, and then we've got this obviously to connect to the DAC itself. So obviously I use the audio plan power system, so that's what I'll be hooking this up to. So yeah, that's the first part. We've got the remote and we've got the power supply. So there the bad boy is. The DAC itself, as I said, a similar sort of shape to the power supply. It's sort of got it widens as you get to the bottom, and it's got that flat top. So it would be like a pyramid, but obviously it flattens off before it gets into, well, a real pyramid. Anyhow, so this is it. On the front we do have a little display here. I might bring you into my system, set it up, get the display showing. Let's just, while we're out here, let's have a look at the back. And actually I'm quite surprised because it is actually a little bit smaller than I imagined it to be. Not that that's a bad thing, and we don't want it to be a huge size. So on the left we've got the outputs, so we've got the XLR and the RCA outputs bottom left. We've then got a headphone jack in the middle, but that's covered up, so this one obviously hasn't got the headphone jack ability. We then got a digital all the digital inputs. We've got the coaxial, the AES, the optical, and then the USB. And on the far right we've got the power supply input. Then above that we would have the things if this was the server. So basically Vincent uses the same chassis for all his products, always DACs, always servers. So if it was a server, obviously you'd have the USB outputs at the top there, and the HDMI output, and the Ethernet port, and the micro SD slot, and all that sort of stuff. And if it was one of the ones with the bass tuning, you'd have the bass left and bass right tuning, as you can see there up on the top. If I bring you in, you'll be able to see that a bit more. Your freehand in here, so it's a bit jolty. So they're the stuff for the if it was a server. There's our digital inputs. There's where the headphone jack would be. There's the analog outputs. If we just see in that little vented port there, I can just focus. Can you see the tubes in there? Oh, maybe if I switch it on now, they'll light up a little bit. Oh, I can see them. They're not. Yeah, you can see them there. Let's go and switch this on maybe. There's just another little look. Let's go around. Round to the front. And there is Totaldac. The D1-Tube-Mk2. Brand new from Totaldac. Okay, so I've gone and powered it all up, and I've got it set up on my desk. So I'm going to start off by just testing this in my headphone system, along with obviously the Questar amp underneath and the Aurasound header to the left of the Questar on the bottom row. I'll use a range of headphones, so I've got my HD800s, Odysseys, 580s over there. Obviously I've got more back over to the left, that's my Biodynamics and my ZMFs, and the list goes on. And I'll be trying it out, you know, in a headphone-based listening environment to start with, and then I'll be packing it back up. I'll be taking it to Josh's listening room. I'm going to get it straight up in a full-on hi-fi speaker environment, and we're going to be testing it all over again there. So I've not played with I've not even listened to it yet. I've literally just got it set up. So I've got my audio plan. Mains filter in, power star, and then the digital filter. Then I've got their digital cable feeding straight into the power supply, and the power supply coming up the back into the DAC. I'll probably start off using it in a USB environment. I've got Toldac's own USB cable, which I've reviewed already, the D1 USB cable with filter, and I'll be using that from my Mac at first. Just, you know, nice and simple, using Audiovana Plus into the back of the DAC and feeding it out the XLR outputs into one of my amps. Although obviously the XLR outputs are single-ended, I still prefer using an XLR connection, and all my better interconnects are XLR terminated, so there's no point using a cheaper, worse RCA. So I thought I'd quickly just run through the remote control settings with you. So starting off with the DAC off, we have the on button on the remote up the top here. Press that and boom, we have live. So there's just the basic setting. So obviously we have the volume buttons, which change the volume. So we can go down, back up to -0 dB, so that's just a nice true line out. The numbers, the number keys at the bottom. Here, change the input, the coaxial, AES, optical and USB. So the last thing I want to show you is the menu options that you have with this DAC. So using these keys at the bottom of the remote. So we have this little dash key here. That brings us forward through the menu. 0 goes back in the menu, and program up changes, and program up and down change once we're in the menu. So using that little dash key, we go into the first bit, and that's the phase. And it's normally at normal, and that's just a normal phase, but you can invert the phase if you would like with the program up key, but I'll keep it at normal. We can then keep the earth connected, so the signal ground is connected to the earth, or we can unconnect it, so the signal and the earth are isolated. And obviously you can have a little play with that and choose what's best for your system to remove noise. We can have display on and off. Basically, when you turn it off, if you don't use the remote, after 10 seconds it will just turn the display off. I guess some people like no sort of noise from lights. I quite like having a display and just let me know what sampling rate I'm working at, so I'll keep the display on for that reason. And finally, we have a treble filter. So obviously with non-oversampling DACs you have a treble loss. So if you turn it on, it just sort of boosts the treble cut from the non-oversampling DAC. But if you don't like that treble attenuation, you can just turn it off, and that's just pure non-oversampling DAC mode. And that's where I'm going to start it with. That was my first little look at this Totaldac D1-Tube-Mk2. I will obviously be doing a full review of it on my website, and I might even, if you like the look of it on this channel, I might even do a review video as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.